self-care, an activity known for being calm, comforting, and too feminine for men to participate in. But with the stock market crashing together with the economical state of the world, sometimes we may need to dabble in a bit of self-care ourselves. I, as the unprofessional, not licensed therapist that I am, decided to try some of the most popular self-care apps to see if they actually help you or care about you. I use each app for a day and try to measure how well they help me fight procrastination, shitty sleep schedules, and the voices trapped inside my head. But naturally, we have to introduce them and share my first opinions of each app. One of the more well-known ones. You've heard it, I've heard it, your mum's dog probably heard it. Mostly because of its cute bird and effectiveness. But how well does it really work? You load up the app and go through some steps to get your cute little pet. Like picking a gay color, a name, your name, its traits, your struggles, your goals. It's very customizable and understanding. It had options for goals and struggles that I didn't even think would be there. And even created a small to-do list off of them, which doesn't seem too overwhelming. But now I have this pink fuck sitting in my chair reminding me to drink water. Who is she, my mother? I only chose this because of the duck, and oh boy was I right to do that. You take care of a duck, or I guess the duck grows with you. Either way, name, your emotions, and general mental health. After giving it my unhealthy sleep schedule, it sets up 2 little activities every morning and night, which are pretty easy to do. Cobble seems more like a mental health app, something you normally reach for to help instead of something to keep you accountable or help your daily struggles, which isn't bad, considering everyone needs their own needs, but when going on a walk, I don't think I'd pull out Cobble first. I'd pull out Pokemon Go. Ever wanted a blob accountable for your well-being? Well, now you can. Voper is really what you would imagine if Pokemon was real and cared about your feelings. You pick a starter, name it, and go on your merry way. It's similar to Cobble in a way where while you can add goals, even lifelong goals, to water your tree with, it's more of a pet combined with self-care app. You can feed, cuddle, and talk to your tea sipper and find more tea sippers, and you continue using it so it uses sunk cost fallacy when you least expect it, and it's super effective. However, I did really like the vent into a void option. For some reason, it's comforting knowing that you can talk into a black hole and it won't remember a single word you said. Anyway, why are we fighting? This is really Pokemon because if you get too bored, you can go on a journey and fight also pets like yourself and meet strange men with cloaks. You start by picking a cat color, and naturally because of their famous stupidity, I picked the orange one. Same names, some simple questions like getting out of bed, and bada bing bada boom, you now have a routine you can follow. Except I'm not sharing because that's too much for losers. Little tea sipper feels like a friend or a daughter. She lays on your couch, reminds you to do tasks, drags you to amusement parks, and lets you dress her up as a diva. Just like her mother. With those out of the way, I added the same 4 main goals to all apps, at least the ones that I could, the night before, and got ready for the upcoming hopefully productive day, because if this bloody cat doesn't press a gun to my head to brush my teeth, then I don't know what I'm gonna do. You know what else is funny? While Cobble is a cute duck, it seems to like Tom Nook from Animal Crossing a lot because he's asking me to pay for everything. I can't even have a safe space or stalk my little duck without this motherfucker popping up and asking for my money. It's not bad, and I get the hustle is hustle, but I want to look at my duck at least. First was arguably the toughest one on my list, brushing my pearly whites. Not gonna lie, feels good checking that one off. However, while there can be a cat or bird dictating my every move for today, that doesn't mean that they can stop me from my favorite. Tea and God knows what for breakfast. Then we do lots of work. Yay! Free time! Let's do other tasks. I know this mic is shit. It's from Temu, but we gotta work with it. And clean the bedroom. I meant my absolutely rancid desk. And this is what we're working with right now. God, we don't have a tripod, so we're just balling it. We got our bag though. Oh my god. Fellas! Also, thanks to opening this goddamn app, or at least both of them, I got reminded that I have to make my bed in the morning, or at least it's a thing that normal people do. which I don't. So I guess that's already a point for these apps, that they remind me to do something I would usually forget or be too busy to do. So let's do it. Also, new addition to the tea family. And for the sake of courtesy, let's open my window. Now for the hardest one. So hard, in fact, that we have to switch cameras. Reply to all of my missed messages. Everyone that tried to message me during the past, week or two, I'm replying to all of you. And first off, we're starting with my best friend. Took 6 minutes. We did! Okay, messages are done. Let's go to TikTok. He makes me ill. He makes me ill. He is me, I am him, literally. TikTok! Done! 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 I love everyone though, my bookie wookies! Let's move on to... Let's move on to Instagram. This is the problem. It starts all with one message being left undelivered. I leave it undelivered, they keep texting. I see more messages, I get overwhelmed because I'm like, shit, if I read that means I have to reply from the very beginning all throughout their 200 messages. That's a bit too much for me. No, the first step is always the hardest. We ball. Instagram done! Now we're gonna do the thing that I've been putting off for a while. 3 weeks, to be exact. Replying to all my YouTube comments. Not replying, but like liking, checking, and replying. Okay, let's go. Raw, fellas! Raw! Let's go! Oh, I got a new one. Who's this? Hello? Anxious. Let's go. Glee! Look at that! That's so cute. How was I asleep? Pretty great sleep, I'd say. What mindset do you want to bring in today? Productivity would be nice. Nice! Smart goals? I actually quite like that. In like 20 minutes. Or maybe an hour if we count all the activities. I did everything that I was putting off for like weeks and unironically weeks on end. Lucky this shit works! I successfully did 3 out of the 4 tasks I set out to do and even had the time to work on some other things. So while Cobble was silently begging for my money, I was here cleaning my room. But enough about my non-existent bank account. We have one last, very important task to do. And now I'm done with everything. Did I completely abandon all the tasks exactly the next day? Yes, however these are the thoughts I wrote down by the end of the day. It's the end of the day and I have to admit, I feel good. I feel energized, pleased, and content with myself and how my day went. Usually I would feel drained, tired, or dreadful about the future, but right now I feel good. It could be because it's a Sunday or because I had more free time, but a big part of it was finally finishing things I was putting off to do. And honestly, it was thanks to these apps. Sure, making this video motivated me too, but Finch and Katsy actually reminded me to do things I would usually forget to do, all while being pretty fun or cute about it. Can't say the same thing for Voper or Cobble though. I at max opened it twice today, only to see if anything changed. It did, but it didn't make me more productive or feel better. In fact, Cobble made me worse, reminding me of my sobbing bank account. But while Voper is cute, it's just another version of Pokemon or those like capcut games. It helps you vent and go on adventures, but not much more than that. Overall, I think Voper and Cobble do have potential, granted you pay and bear through the unnecessary RPG elements. They're good games, they're good self-care apps, but they don't fit my personal situation, and that's okay. Would I use Finch or Katsy long term? Probably. Would I use it for multiple years? Probably not. And it's not because of its UI or something like that. In fact, I would use it even more than I can imagine due to the resetting to-do list. But it feels like I just get bored or drained from it. But it's still a good app, especially if you want to use it to start getting better habits. So out of the 4, I would rank them in the following order: Finch, Katsy, Voper, and Cobble. I would definitely recommend Finch and the rest depending on what you want and your situation. Just don't go for Cobble if you want something that has variety or something free. Am I gonna use them after this video? Probably not, because I can't commit to anything for the life of me, but I'm sure that if any of these apps are used long term, then yes, they'd help you out a lot. Anyway, yeah, they do care. At least some do if you pay them. Some are free. Yippee! Thank you for watching and follow my socials. Okay, bye, I'm taking a nap. Mwah.